Hi guys, welcome to my third Android development tutorial. First of all, what I am not going to talk in this tutorial is how to set up Eclipse and install Android SDK. You can find lot of stuff on the internet on this topic. Android developer site has also a very well written guideline to install and configure Android SDK. So please refer to these pages for more information. Now what I am going to discuss in this tutorial is to create a simple project with a button and assign it to do something for us. Let's see how it happens. First of all, we will create an Android project and we will give it a name. Let's suppose push button. We'll choose our build target. In my case it's Android 2.1. We'll give a application name, package name, com.android, Android tutorials, and we'll create a activity name. Yep, we'll press finish to create a project, and here it created a project for me. Go to src, your package name, and then open the Java file. Okay, Android already imported some files for us and already did some work for us. We also need some more import to build this program. Import Android dot view and import Android dot widget, because we need a button class to create a button. Okay, so far so good. Our activity is a public class inherit from android.app.activity, which is extended here in our class automatically by Eclipse, and this activity will hold a button for us. We'll give a name to our button, my button. We want to trap all button clicks just within the activity itself. Okay, we also need to implement on click listener. Yep. Okay. Now what Eclipse already did for us is it created a onCreate method which is invoked when the activity is started. This already we discussed it in our previous tutorial. The first thing you should do in chain upward to the superclass so the stock Android activity initialization can be done. In our implementation, we then create a button. We will then create our button instance. And tell it to send all button clicks to the activity instance itself. here we go. Now we have to set the activity content view to be the button itself. How we'll do that is to set content view to our button. We'll also set the text for our button. In our case it will be set text, and let's say we will say that Android is sleeping at the moment. Android is very sleepy. Yup. In Android, a button click cause onClick to be invoked in the onClick listener instance configured to the button. Then we will create a method on click view and here we call another method to ask the Android, how are you? Whenever the user will click the button, the set on click listener will call this method, and then in this method we are going to call how are you method. Let's implement this one. It's a private method, void, and call how are you. And here we will update our button text, set text that Android will tell us Android says that I am awake. That means whenever, here I have a small mistake. Yep, that Android will tell to us that he is not sleeping, he is awake. Whenever user will click the button, the onClick method will call, and inside this method we will call how are you method, and which will tell us that Android is not sleeping, he is awake. Okay, now we are ready to build our program. We will run it. I'll bring the Android simulator here so we can see what's happening. Wow, there's no error. Android is sleeping at the moment, and whenever we will click it, it will tell us that Android says that I am awake. Let's bind up again that what we learned in this tutorial. We first of all imported some of the classes which we need, a button class and a view class, and then we implemented on click listener. So whenever our button is clicked, then it will call the on click method, and inside this click method it's calling the how are you method, which is going to update the text of our button, which was initially set to Android is sleeping, and after that when the user will click, it will be updated to Android says I am awake. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give me a feedback, and have a nice day.